Have you ever wondered what this is in your sewing accessory box? It's a height compensation tool, which is a fancy word for getting up and over a really thick seam, like by the end of your jeans hem. So what I'm going to do is just kind of quick do a little stitching. We're going to do a sewn seam, kind of make something that's going to end up being really thick here once we open it up. Because when you do that, your seam usually is pressed to one side, and then you do this, and then you do this, and getting up and over this really thick area can put a lot of stress on, well, probably more you. So first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead. I've lengthened out my stitch length, but what happens when your foot kind of travels up here? As soon as that starts to kind of get to where the big bump is, and I'm right here, that foot is going way up the mountain, that is where your height compensation tool comes. I'm going to start off by setting my needle down in the fabric, and I'm going to lift up my presser foot. So I just push the button so the foot is actually up. And I'm going to take, with this particular thickness of fabric, I think 2 layers are going to be about right. So I'm going to just twist this, so just 2 layers. I'm going to come in behind the foot, stops right at the needle, and then when I start to stitch, look at how level the foot is. The foot has been kind of raised to this plateau of the seam it is approaching. Then I don't even have to push it or pull it. And look, I have the 1C foot on. I don't even have the dual feed foot on. I don't really technically need it. But what I'm going to do is just go ahead and keep stitching. As I go ahead and get close to the other side, where this is usually where you find your foot kind of rolls off the seam and you get kind of a long stitch. Well, move this now in front of the toe. We're going to slide this so when it sews, it goes beside the tool, but it's keeping the pressure of the foot completely level as it's coming off this mountain and coming down onto a lower level. Once the stitching has cleared where the back heel has actually kind of lowered and it's not going to be on this thick one, you can go ahead and stop, remove it. But what I want to show you is how even the stitches are. No matter if I was sewing crooked, no matter if I was doing going up or down, those stitches are nice and even all the way across that whole thick area. Because the way I folded this, there was actually 9 layers of fabric underneath that, but only 3 on this side and 3 on this side. So also too, if you've ever had to start on a really tall edge, even if it's fleece or something, what happens is your foot kind of gets hung up on that first little couple stitches because it's angled way north, and then that way you don't get those nice even stitches from the get-go. So right here, what I can do, if I just lower my presser foot, see with that tool behind the foot, it's not going to land angled, it's going to land even. And now I can just do some basic stitches right from the beginning, and the key is that they stay nice and even. The feed dogs can easily pull the fabric through because the pressure on the foot is even on the back as well as the front. So your height compensation tool is a great little guy, kind of hides in the bottom of your accessory box because the white box and the white tool kind of blend together. So go look for this and give it a try.